What is going on, everybody? We are back with a brand new video. Now, I have missed you guys. I haven't had a lot of time to sit down and to make a quality YouTube video. So, I am going to make this video and we're going to be talking about Dragon Ball Super Broly. Now, I was a little bit hesitant about talking about this film last month in December during the red carpet event because I had already seen the movie. Like, I just wanted to spoil things, man. I just wanted to spoil things. Like, I wanted to come on here, I wanted to clickbait a title, I wanted to clickbait a thumbnail, and I wanted to say, yo, Broly becomes a good guy. And, you know, Goku gets his butt kicked, Vegeta gets his butt kicked, Goku and Vegeta fuse into Gogeta. I wanted to come on here and I wanted to make that video. But I know how sensitive some people are, and considering my past history with spoiling things, I decided to kind of take it easy a little bit with this and kind of wait. Give everybody room to breathe and, you know, give them time to go and see the movie, which is what I waited for before making this video. So we're going to review Broly and we're going to talk about everything in depth. Hopefully, you've seen the movie by now. It's been out in theaters in the US for a week. English dub's out, Japanese is out. There's plenty of different resources out there that you guys can utilize to go and watch the film. And it's amazing. So, I want to start off with the beginning of Dragon Ball Super Broly. This movie touched my heart. It did. And I felt so satisfied. I even cried during this movie, like a baby. I was sitting there in the theater with my girlfriend, with my best friend, and my brother. And we were all watching Broly. Couldn't have been better than that, man. Couldn't have been better than that. Sharing an experience like that with people you love in a room, surrounded by people who are passionate about the same thing you are. Dragon Ball. Everyone comes together. Everyone that is in that room, obviously, you can safely assume that all of those people are fans just like yourself. Kind of like MCU and the Avengers. Everybody in there, obviously, is an Avengers fan. Or is a new fan. But with Dragon Ball Super Broly, this movie changed everything. It was written by Toriyama, original art style to coincide with the manga, and this animation was flawless. The story was flawless. The beginning of this movie essentially paved a background of the Saiyans on planet Vegeta. We had a good backstory. It was pretty lengthy on King Vegeta, Bardock, Frieza. Frieza was even there with the Ginyu Force, and that was really awesome. King Cold was even there. Like, this movie was flawless, man. At the beginning, King Vegeta, he's just trying to, like, comprehend why Frieza is there, what they're doing, what their purpose is. And obviously, King Cold transfers his kingship over to Frieza. So everybody has to report to Frieza. He's the new guy in charge. And he's taking over responsibility for the Saiyans. So he has the audacity, obviously. Frieza destroys planet Vegeta. Now, one of the most beautiful moments of this film was when Bardock and his wife go and take Goku and send him off to Earth. This was probably one of the most heartfelt moments that gave me so much deja vu and nostalgia from recent events that happened in Dragon Ball Z with the Bardock film, Father of Goku. You know, that movie was good. In fact, I recently watched it after watching Broly, and Broly shows a very different side of Bardock from a different perspective. And it's so nice seeing him so caring and thoughtful and loving towards his son, to the point where him and his somewhat hesitant wife go and send Goku away because Bardock's instincts are telling him that something bad is about to happen to them. So they send Goku to Earth, and we see a scene where Raditz is on a planet with Vegeta and Nappa, and this just like was amazing because Raditz wasn't even in Bardock, the father of Goku. You know, he was just in the beginning of Z. And for them to kind of like shed light on this, to show Raditz involved with Nappa and Vegeta and not have him left out, really brought a lot of light to the story. And then it essentially, you know, moved to Broly and Paragus being on a different planet and trying to survive, because essentially Broly was being shipped off to a planet. Paragus felt the need to go and try to support his son and to be there for him, and essentially they were kind of outcasted. So Paragus went with his son Broly to a different planet where they lived for a very long time, and eventually at some point they were rescued. So what happens is the movie essentially fast forwards and shows a flashback of historical events that happened throughout Z and Super that led up to that particular moment with Broly. So everyone is training on Earth, and the animation is just insane. It is so good. This movie was so closely related to the manga style. The animation was amazing. It was written by Toriyama himself, animated by Toyotaro and various other animators. There were just so many flawless animators involved with this film that collaborated together to make this possible. Obviously, it was expensive to make, but this movie broke box office records. It made over 70 million. Like, that is so sick, man. Like, it's the best Dragon Ball movie out there. I just love the animation style. And then seeing the transformations and everything happen with Super Saiyan God, Vegeta, and with the different approach that they took with Goku transforming into a god and using his abilities against Broly to try to kind of like control him and talk some sense into him by explaining to him that they're not a violent race on Earth, and that, you know, Broly doesn't have to be so abusive towards Goku, and that they can all live in peace and harmony on the planet. Goku transforms from a god to Super Saiyan Blue because he just feels like he's being underpowered with his current form, as opposed to Broly, who is overpowering him. So at this moment, Broly and Goku are fighting because Vegeta just decides to take a step aside, and Goku starts getting his butt kicked. There's a scene where Piccolo shows in here and there, and I just really appreciate this movie so much, and I love it. So essentially what happens following these events, we see Broly just losing his mind, transforming with his overwhelming power, while Frieza is there in the background with Paragus just chilling, relaxing. But Broly doesn't even transform into his legendary Super Saiyan form until Frieza kills Paragus and is like, oh no, something tragic happened to your father. You accidentally killed him in the crossfire with one of your ki blasts. And then Broly like loses it and transforms. And Goku and Broly eventually at some point just, their fight comes to a brief halt where Frieza is then used as a punching bag, and Goku and Vegeta go to Piccolo to fuse, to learn the fusion dance. And they go through all the different phases of fat Gogeta, skinny Gogeta, and then normal Gogeta. So Frieza is getting his face pounded for like an hour and a half while Goku and Vegeta are attempting to master the fusion dance to get their ultimate form as they alliance together. So they go then back, and Frieza has no idea who the guy is, so they have to elaborate that Gogeta is the fusion between Goku and Vegeta. And Frieza had no idea that this power of theirs, that this was even a thing, that, like, he had no idea what this was. And at this moment, I think he realized that there's nothing he can do against Gogeta. He's just completely underpowered in his golden form. So, obviously that's true. Gogeta and Broly eventually at some point fight it out, and just as Gogeta is about to kill Broly, they use the Dragon Balls. Frieza's people use the Dragon Balls to essentially wish for Broly to be saved and to be transported back to his home planet, where him and Paragus lived and where Paragus raised him. So initially, Frieza was going to use the Dragon Balls to grow a few centimeters higher, while Bulma had a similar wish. And I just thought that was really hilarious at that point, why they were collecting the Dragon Balls, all of this that they went through, just, you know, the hustle, the rush, just to try to get the Dragon Balls, what their intentions were with them, and joining together, involving Broly. And then at the end of the film, Goku goes to Broly and tells him that he wants to keep him alive, and that he wants to help him and feed him and make sure they're all safe on that planet, make sure everything's okay with them, so that he can use him as a training partner, because Goku felt as if he was at his peak, he was at his limit, and he couldn't go any further. So he's now going to use Broly to Spargus. So I'm really curious about how this is going to follow up. Like, I'm really interested in seeing from the manga perspective of things. Obviously, this is out there, so now Toyotaro and Toriyama are gonna have to collaborate somehow into making this a manga and relevant to the Dragon Ball Super series. It's already canon, and we know it's going to come to fruition. But the thing is it's going to take a while for them to get to this arc, because right now they are showing Moro, who is one of the escaped convicts from the Galactic Patrol, who is threatening Namek, and Goku and Vegeta are currently battling against him in Dragon Ball Super. And this takes place after the Tournament of Power. So the Broly arc probably isn't going to come anytime soon, until after this arc is over, maybe in the future sometime. Obviously Super's coming back, and Toei teased more episodes, so I'm super excited for that. But all things aside, this movie's a 10 out of 10. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It made me cry when Bardock shipped off his son to Earth and threw his space pod into space. That made me cry. I have seen this movie like 4 times now, and it just takes my breath away every time. If you guys haven't seen Dragon Ball Super Broly, I strongly suggest doing it. It's a great movie. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. So I want to thank you guys for coming out to my channel, clicking on that notification to watch the video, and I will see you guys next time. Let me know down below in the comment section what your thoughts are about this movie, if you saw it, and yeah. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell to turn on alerts for video uploads on the channel. So, I'll catch you guys next time. This movie's amazing, man.